Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Simply Colorful FIberCast. Today's date is May 17th, 2019. My name is Lynn Marquidant, and I'm your host. Thanks for joining me. As you can see, I'm in a remote location. I'm actually down at my mother's house on Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, and I'm glad you could join me. I'm sorry it's not very colorful here, but what we're going to work on today, our clue 3 of our Freedom Mystery Quilt, will be fun and colorful. So if you're not joining our mystery quilt, or you're not doing it yet, please, we invite you to join us. We have a website where the files are stored. Clue 3 was posted this morning. So we're only 3 clues in. We're going all the way to the end of June with this mystery. It's red, white, and blue. So whatever freedom means to you, for me here in America, it means the flag, the American flag. So red, white, and blue, but you can do it in any color you want, and we'll talk more about it. Clue 3 is all about making these. We're calling them Unit 3As. There also could be 2 mini flying geese beside some rails. And this is what we're making. In the clue, there are 2 methods. There is the paper piece method, which is how I did this. And there's also the rotary cutting method, which is what I did here. I wanted to quickly go over the rotary cutting method, and I'll do that first, and then I'll also do a paper piece method. And again, in the clue, I actually printed out 2 of the templates on the back. This one doesn't have it labeled, but it tells you where to put, I should show you this, where to put the darkest blue triangle goes there, has to be a dark blue. It's very important. That has to be a dark red. Maybe a dark medium if you don't have any dark reds, but the darker the better for that. And this dark red triangle has to be on the bottom. So make sure that the long part of the red is here on the bottom. And then on either side is either light or medium blue. And then it is, these pop because we're using neutrals on each side. And again, in the clue, it's written on the back, and it even has the numbers that you do your paper piecing. So you start here with the red triangle, that's number 1, use that first. Do the neutrals, then do the blue, then do the neutrals, and then do each of the side blues. So we'll do a paper piecing one after we do a rotary cutting one. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. The rotary cutting is very simple. To make one of these squares, oh, and by the way, we need 84 of these squares. So I know I mentioned last week that this was going to be a busy clue. It's going to take some time. So if you don't get it all done this week, you can continue to work on it in subsequent weeks. This one is a big one. You also, during this clue, you have to cut out 84 of your light blue squares. Make sure they're light. Don't use any dark blue in these. And that's all in the clue too. Okay, so let's talk about rotary cutting. First, for these blue sides, we want to cut 2 inches by 3¼ inches. 3½ inches, I'm sorry. 3½ inches. I should say this finished block is 3½ inches by 6½ inches. So make sure if you are doing the paper piecing to print it out not to fit page, print it out at full scale. I made that mistake, and I actually made a couple of these that ended up being 6 inches rather than 6½. They were 6 by 3 or 6 by 3⅛. Anyway, make sure you do that, as always, with paper piecing. To make these 2 triangles, what you do is you start out with a 4 3/16 inch square of your blue and your red. And you're going to need a lot of these. So 84 divided by 4, you're going to need 21 of each of these colors. Right. Because then what you do, so again, 4 3/4, and then you slice it crosswise to end up with 4 triangles. We're only going to use one of these in each of our blocks, but save the others for your next blocks, right? And then finally, for your neutrals, this starts out as 2 3/8 square. Cut it in half, and then you have all of your neutrals. And mix it up. The more variety, the better on this quilt. You are going to be so happy. And it does take time. I mean, look at We have piles of these scraps. It just takes time, but it's worth it to go through and have fun ironing the fabrics, seeing what different colors you can come up with. You know, these I just pulled out. They're going to be my neutrals, but they've got some blue, they've got some white, some red. So have fun with it along the way. Okay, so that's the rotary cutting. Let's try and put one together and see how precise it comes out, because this will help you decide whether you can get away with the rotary piecing method or if you have to do paper piecing. I have to tell you all. Oh, and by the way, send pictures to Lynn at simplycolorful.com. I have my iPad here and I'll show it. You'll notice I'm not doing Facebook here because I'm actually using my phone as a hotspot in order to be able to do my YouTube. And as always, go to our Facebook group, the Mystery Quilt Along group, and join. I want to welcome our newcomers. It's great to have you on board. Post your pictures there. You'll see pictures from down under. Allie is doing a great job. Carol, multiple Carols are working on them, and lots of people. So join into that Facebook group and get inspired, really. And there are some different colorways, which will be fun. So now what I'm doing, and I'll do this the right side for you, is on your little cutting board, start to place your squares. So this is a pretty one. And don't forget, you can always use the back side of fabric, especially on these neutrals. So this one could be used both ways, and I think I will do that up here. Not that I really have to, but that's kind of cool. And then there's another one that's really like a brown. There's a light blue. Okay. So I'm looking at the camera, and that looks pretty good value-wise, right? The red is on the bottom. Make sure the red's on the bottom. Both the red and the blue are pretty darn dark. These are mediums, and we've got our neutrals. So now what I'm going to do is sew my two geese patterns together and then sew the blue on. And this could get a little trickier than the paper piecing because you don't know. You have to be careful where you put your geese units. And believe me, Kelsey, if you're out there, or Jean, or there are others who know, are much better at piecing these geese than I. So let's go. I forgot to thread. Now remember, we do the two-handed threading. And I welcome anyone to stop right in and make sure to come say hi if you want to. Send emails. Knock on the door.
Ding dong.
A ding dong, who's there? Is that Maureen from Pennsylvania?
Ding dong.
Look who's here. Avon calling here. Let me get you a chair.
You're fine. Stay still.
I didn't tell everyone you were going to be here. I'm so psyched. Seriously, you're joining?
Roll out. Shove over. I'm coming in.
Say hi.
Hi.
This is my sister, Karen. I call her KB.
Oh, hi, everyone.
What have you been doing today?
Driving. What have you been doing today? Look at this fancy schmancy sewing machine you got going here.
This is the one that stays at Mommy's house.
That's awesome.
It is pretty good, except that it doesn't have the automatic up and down of the foot.
I know. I know.
So for anyone who might be new, Karen and I, over the last couple of years, right, have invested in pretty fancy sewing machines that have the automatic lever that goes up and down. Like, I can't even do this. And you said it's a game changer, and it really is.
I think you want to go.
I do. I know where I want to go. It's just not going. That's what he said. Oh, I forgot my mother is watching.
No, she's not.
Oh, good.
She's cleaning the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Lynn and our mother and Lynn's husband. Well, I guess it was a group effort. We just had a lovely dinner. So thank you for cooking for us. Delicious.
Good. You drove all day. From Pennsylvania to Massachusetts, man. Was there a lot of traffic?
There was a lot of traffic. In fact, I can't believe anyone's watching us right now because I think everybody in the rest of the world is on Route 84.
That can get really bad near Sturbridge.
Oh, yes.
Really?
It's better now since they got rid of the toll booths.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I think it's better, but it still is congested. I'm surprised how, even without the toll booths, I'm surprised how congested it is.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But it is what it is.
It is.
It's over now.
Yep. And it's a Friday. Maybe that was spring weekend. Well, we are so glad you're here. And we're so glad you brought your family.
Yes, me too.
We are celebrating Mom's birthday.
Yes. So we were listening to audiobook on the way here.
Okay.
And it had to satisfy me.
Yes.
My husband.
A corporate working woman.
Right. Corporate working woman, my husband, a bartender, and my 23-year-old son who just graduated from college. And so we came up with Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, very neat.
And so we listened to a bunch of short stories, Sherlock Holmes short stories, and it took a while to get into the rhythm.
Okay.
You know, when you first start a new audiobook, you don't quite understand the
Yes.
It was kind of fun. I never read any of them. I've seen movies and stories and cartoons,
Right.
but I never actually read. I don't think it's the world's great literature.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Oh.
no, I don't. But I think they're fun stories.
Okay. Was Sherlock Holmes, oh, my seams are too big. Was he a real person?
I don't think so.
Okay. It was
No.
just,
It was, I think, Bob just looked it up. I think, and who wrote them? Arthur Conan Doyle?
yes.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Ding, 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 ding.
Bob said he wrote 4 novels and something like 96 short stories.
Oh,
And they're kind of sort of formulaic, but there are some characters that go all the way through.
okay.
And entertaining, very entertaining.
Excellent.
And nobody was uncomfortable because there weren't difficult themes or politics or religion or anything.
Yep.
So it's good.
Even your 23-year-old?
Even my 23-year-old enjoyed them. Well, I think he slept a lot.
Aw. We are proud of him.
Yes, he graduated.
Wow. On this show, we talked about when he first went to school.
I know.
So we've been doing this this is our 6th year of doing this. Oh, who's out there?
Oh, I left my phone all the way on the other side of the room.
That's okay. Just thinking, I don't have birthday candles. Allie's might have the tall, skinny ones. They would work. Oh,
Shush.
shh.
That's secret party planning stuff.
It is. Hi, sisters. Jean just said hi. Hi,
Hi, Jean.
sisters. That's true. That was my cousin reading me something about tomorrow's party. Never mind. Oh, Jean says she just got to the Cape and you are the first thing I turned on after the lights.
Nice.
Oh,
That's very sweet.
isn't it?
That is sweet.
I hope you didn't hit the traffic that KB and family did. So there was a lot. Let's see who else is out there. Hi to Carol and Ann. I said hi to Ann and Allie.
Yeah, they're really coming along.
Aren't they?
Yep. I'm going to be behind because, I didn't sew it all today.
I know, right?
Not one stitch.
I don't see you helping me here.
I'm supervising. I was helping you I was helping you thread your machine.
I know.
You didn't seem to want my help.
No, I didn't.
Isn't that the worst? Dude, I'm
What?
not sure which is worse. Having somebody look over your shoulder while you're trying to do it, or being the one who is like, move over, let me do it.
I know.
It's
I
awful.
know.
It's awful.
It really is. You want to bite your tongue and not help them, but after a while, you just have to. So thank you for not doing that. Thank you for fighting the urge. Carol is out there.
Hi, Carol.
She says, hello, hello. Hello, Lynn and all FIberCasters. She sent a couple of notes, so I'm
Okay.
going to read them. All right. And then we're going to do this.
Okay.
Because we're doing it both ways. Did you hear that part? We're doing it, we're making this unit since I have to catch her up. You are so going to be behind.
Oh, and they're flying geese.
Which you know you love.
Okay, so you did some paper piecing.
Right, and now I'm doing some just rotary cutting to see if I can get the accuracy with rotary cutting, because with this machine without the automatic foot lever up and down, paper piecing is
a pain in the neck. Yeah, I bet you can get the accuracy. Because I've been doing so much paper piecing lately, my regular piecing needs some work.
really
Yeah.
working on the seam allowance.
Yeah, on the seam, well, on the sewing straight part. I'm finding that I'm pretty consistently at the end of my seam.
Yes,
I'm going off a little bit.
yes.
And I always think that's okay. I'll just press it straight.
Yep.
And so, but it's not good. I just need to work on it. I think if I just concentrate
You
on
will.
it more. I think if I just try harder.
These are beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing a couple of these methods. So Carol goes on to say she's sewing bindings tonight. Got caught up gathering my supplies together for the sewing bee. And by the way, I'm trying the taut machine treading. Jury's still out. Taut machine treading? Are you teaching yourself how to use the treadle machine?
The taut machine treading.
Oh, I know what it is. Taut machine threading.
Oh, yes.
It works because
Yes.
it doesn't jump out. That's been working on my Bernina.
Yeah.
The two-handed threading.
Yeah.
How funny is that? I have to tell you a story. Mom asked me how the language was in France.
Yes.
You know, and I took high school French
Sure,
from Madame
sure.
Etier, who was awesome, by the way. She was kind of lax. She let me do my own
Madame
thing.
Etier. She was about 104.
Hey! Yes, she was.
She was 104 when I had her, so that meant she was 99 when you had her. But yes, she was.
So, but she
was
taught me a
very
few,
sweet.
wasn't she?
Yes.
And you repeat gendarme for 4 years in a row, you know that's a police officer. Anyway, I was telling Mom said how's the language. I said, oh, but okay, you know, I could recognize enough words to understand. And then I thought about it, and I said, well, you know, my comprehension when I'm reading anyway isn't that good. So in French, it's about the same thing. I get the gist. Okay, Carol. I'm so glad you're out there. Carol says, she says, KB, she loves the new haircut. It's so becoming, and so
Thank you. Thank
It
you
is.
very much.
Carol Bell, Mystery Quilting. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
She says, hi, Lynn and FIberCasters. Hope you've all had a good week. I've been busy at work, so I've not done as much sewing as I'd like to. She says, I've not fully finished the first couple of clues, but she's finished clue 3.
Wow.
Whoa.
She sure did.
Didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have not fully finished the first couple of clues, but I finished clue 3B.
3.
Oh, that's cutting out the squares, Carol, which is awesome.
And she made all the flying geese.
She did, and I was trying to say that's 3A.
Okay.
She's done a lot,
Okay. Nicely done.
right? Don't get caught up in the details. I should not. Nicely done.
No, I see you have 4 done. How many do you need?
84.
84 of these?
That, people, is why I do this.
84. 84, that's 168 geese. That's 168 geese. That's a whole gaggle.
Really? Man, there are a lot of geese next door. I took a walk this morning in Billings, Eric, and they are all over, and their poop is all over.
Yeah.
It's such a quandary, though. You don't know.
I know. I mean, what are you going to do? They're doing their thing.
I know. See, that's too big. That looks like too big of a
That
seam.
looks like too big a seam.
Yes, please.
I didn't bring my glasses either.
Oh, that's okay.
Not only that, oh, you're using the back.
Yes. I put it on backwards. Nice.
Not only that, but it's upside down. I don't have my glasses, so this is really.
I think we're making good progress. What is it, 8:30, and I made one seam? Oh, Jean is down on the Cape.
You're doing great.
I bet Chris Myers is down on the Cape.
Oh, I bet she is.
Yep. What a great time. Aren't the flowers just beautiful? See,
Oh
I
my
keep
gosh,
trying to do this.
so pretty.
It is.
Such a pretty time of year.
How's your garden coming?
It's coming along. Onions and peas are looking great.
Super.
I think my spinach might need a replant, but that's okay. I have a very small garden, so when I plant spinach, I have more than a half a pack of seeds left over. So I shouldn't even say that some of them didn't come up. I just go out and plant more.
Right.
That's all. That's all.
Do you think they got waterlogged? Why didn't they come up?
Yeah, maybe. They came up, but they just look, peaked.
Really?
So, I planted them early, and they do
Okay.
like it cold,
Okay.
but there is such a thing as planting things too early, and you don't really get a head start because they get sort of shocked and slowed down by
Okay.
being cold. And so
Okay.
by the time, it doesn't kill them, but by the time they catch up, you would have been better to have planted the seeds in warmer soil in the first place.
I see.
You don't get a head start, but sometimes you get a head start.
Thank you for describing that. So you make it hard for the plant to grow in that condition. Huh. Mom said also down here,
Yeah.
she noticed some of the plants, number one, they aren't growing at all. Like her beets are up, an 1/8 of an inch,
Yeah.
and I guess they just haven't moved in days
Too much rain, too cold,
and not enough sun.
not
Yeah,
enough sun.
all the combination.
Yeah.
Um,
This is a beautiful fabric. Do you ever just look through somebody else's scraps?
Isn't it fun?
Oh,
Take any you want.
Yes.
That is pretty, huh?
Beautiful.
I think maybe we got that when we did Mom's quilt, or your birthday quilt. I think I had auditioned that for maybe a sashing, but it didn't.
It's beautiful. I'm sure you can't see it, but it's a botanical print. And then it has the names of the plants next to it. Like ginkgo biloba, one of our favorite plants.
I never remember that. Did you guys get my joke?
This would be great for a Raggedy Ann
Yes, it would.
apron.
Yes, it would. We have to make another Raggedy Ann. I have 2 set aside for Alexa and Chris.
Do you?
Yep.
What a sweet idea.
Yep.
This would just be a perfect apron. Where did this come from?
I don't
Is it
know.
a curtain?
It sure looks like a curtain. So, I just want to make one comment for anyone who's still out there. Oh, and by the way, Carol Bell, you've done all your blue ones. Make sure, Carol, when you start to put them together with the red, and I know I've said this many times, make sure the red is on the bottom. Okay, that's very important.
That's important. Okay.
Okay. All right. For this particular pattern,
Really?
yep, it has to be on the bottom. And I know because I've sewn several not on the bottom.
All right. Well, that's awful bossy.
I know, right? Ah.
We need to, did you see the text from Ben? Ben, if you're out there, I'll be around tomorrow.
No.
He would like to stop by and visit tomorrow.
Oh, good. Come say hi. Yay. Yeah, who else is out there? Send email to lynn@simplycolorful.com. Ask Karen a question. We've got her here live.
You save.
Well, you never
You're
know.
so good. You save all of the scraps and you really do use them. That's great. Good for you. I saw somebody out there was saving the bonus triangles. For
Yes, Allie is.
That's cool.
And she uses them. She uses every piece. And you know, Allie's our cruising.
Yeah.
She cruises all around
Right.
the country.
Right.
And she does sightseeing and she does, I don't know how she does it all. And she's motored through all of these squares.
It's great.
I know.
I went to Verna's fabric shop again the other day.
Oh, how is she?
She's good.
What were we looking for?
I bought a whole bunch of Kona cotton
Excellent.
because I have this inspiration that I'm trying to do, and I've tried a couple different ways, and I decided to give it a couple days break. But
Okay.
Stained glass panels,
Yes.
patterns for stained glass, similar to quilting but different, right?
So this is real, honest to goodness stained glass.
Honest to goodness stained glass. I got inspired by last month we went to Buffalo
Oh, yes.
and we went to a Frank Lloyd Wright house
Okay.
and they had some of the original stained glass panel windows.
Prairie style? That's not right.
Yeah, that does sound right. Yeah, and they were just stunning.
Very straight lines.
Very straight lines, a lot of clear glass, but then a little bit of color, and it really was reminding me, and I was loving it, just like I'm loving the modern quilts right now.
Yes, you're not alone. Yep.
So seemed similar, and I thought, well, I could make a quilt that looks like that
Yes.
stained glass panel, and so I found stained glass people, much like quilters, they have
Yes.
a community and they have
Okay.
they share patterns and sell patterns and whatnot. And I found one that, you know how there's the oh bummer.
I'll trim it up.
Okay.
Yes, keep going. This
So
is
you know how
fascinating.
there's sites that have free quilt block patterns?
Yes.
Same thing for stained glass patterns.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, I'll just sew it together like a quilt. Well, it doesn't exactly work like that. There's some things that are a little different, but I've been playing around with it.
Good
and
for you.
Yeah. Maybe I'll hatch something new.
That would be great. Because we
I
all,
doubt it.
you will. I've never heard of that before, ever.
I doubt it.
That's
I just let my secret out. Now people will say,
That's
people have
right.
been doing that for 100
Forever.
years, Karen.
right.
That's nothing new.
Right.
But the solids then. So I made a couple sample blocks with my regular scraps,
Yes.
and something about calicos that just didn't translate.
Oh,
You know?
I do for modern. Yeah.
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 So that's what I was
So
doing.
that's why you went to Verna's.
Yeah.
It's
Looking good.
well, it came out. Look at how wonky.
But like you said, if you trim it,
Yeah.
will it still?
I think it will fit. Oh, that's a good idea. Does it fit? If I stretch it. Thank goodness it's fabric and not wood. Fabrics, you can at least stretch it a little bit.
I know. And honestly, so this is the one that's the most important.
Okay.
Right? So when you trim that, you're not going to lose it.
All right. That's true. That goes down a little. I wonder why
Yeah, it
that did.
does.
Would you, maybe I should take that off and put a bigger one. Hang on. Yep, 84 of these, doing them twice each. That's like 168 if my math is right.
So what? Oh, so here's why.
Why?
So I do the same thing.
What did I do?
So your seam allowance at this end is a good 1/4 inch, and at this end,
It's like
it's a scant
3/16, right? It's
So
terrible.
when you, oh, so that's what I've been doing.
That's what you were
and
talking about.
it's really making a mess of my quilts.
Do you think so?
So
It'll be interesting.
I bet if you fix up that 1/4 inch seam and then press it again, maybe it'll fix it.
Okay. I'm so glad you're here.
Just makes you wonder.
No, it is. Totally. I forgot how fun mystery quilts are. Do you believe our first mystery was 5 years ago?
It's amazing.
Oh, and I did so many pretty quilts, machine quilted them
Did you?
this past week.
Oh,
I did an Elizabeth Hartman. Did I tell you about that last week?
what's Elizabeth Hartman? Do I know what that
She is a designer who started out doing the fancy forest, which is lots of the
with
animals.
the fox and the
Yep.
deer. Mhm.
And now I just saw she's doing some leaves. She's branching out and doing some other modern ones. You can have that if you want it.
No, I was just gonna put it with the Raggedy Ann legs.
Perfect.
Just switch. Yes. Okay, so you did an Elizabeth Hartman. She's branching out. I think I
Doing
saw.
more modern.
Yeah, like a sea creature one too.
That could be, yep. Oh, but all the quilts I did in the last week. I told you about the double wedding ring, the custom one
Yes.
for Becky.
Yes.
That was fun. I love it,
This might be the prettiest fabric in the whole world.
isn't it? Where did we get that one?
I don't know, but it's old. This is old fabric.
Speaking of which, actually, did I tell everyone about my antique quilt? I did last week.
Thanks for doing that.
Sure, of course.
So nice to find out that somebody else agrees that it's that somebody else sees value in it just like we do.
Right.
Yes, that was already cut.
Are they the right size?
Maybe.
They're perfect. I'm doing it. I'm using it right here, right now.
Nice.
So what other tips do we have for everyone out there? I'm so glad you're out there. I welcome the new people to our quilting mystery quilt. Oh, and I'm sorry about the spam, and thank you for finding it.
No big deal. So yes, if you see spam, just click to report it and we'll zap it right out of there. Sometimes they sneak in on us.
Okay. What other things do I have to tell everyone? Get out and enjoy the sun and the plants. Oh, I wonder how Sue Norton's garden is coming.
She has a beautiful garden.
Doesn't she? Sue, are you out there? See, I like to encourage her to do her garden because that means she's not doing her Dear Jane.
Well, I heard she was thinking about not doing the triangles.
Oh, no, that's not allowed. Sue, did you really hear that?
I think it was Sue. I don't know. I might have her confused with someone else, but I think it was Sue who said she might not do the triangles.
No, Pat. Pat sent me an awesome note. Pat was the woman who finished it in like a month. She just motored. So Pat in LA, she wrote earlier today, and this is really cool. She went to a lecture at her local guild, and their speaker was Laura Fraga, Fraga, from California, who's actually lecturing around Brenda Papadakis's Dear Jane book.
Oh, sure.
Brenda's the one who wrote it.
Yep.
She says Brenda's working on Dear Jane 2 book.
Oh,
I
really?
know, I don't know what that means. If
Right.
it's a whole separate set of blocks or if it's the same blocks reinterpreted. But what Pat wanted everyone to know is keep an eye out for this Laura Fraga,
Okay.
who is going out and talking at the different guild meetings. She said she's worth listening to
Oh,
and worth
good.
finding. So
Good.
thank you, Pat. Sue Norton.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at that.
Garden pictures. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. She says, "Hi, Lynn. Just been lurking for a few weeks. That's okay. No, you don't have to sew. Not much new here. I have 3 blocks done in row M. No pictures, maybe next week. Here's a picture of a yellow iris that just bloomed today." And Sue says, "Happy Friday, everyone, and keep on sewing." Thank you, Sue. Keep on gardening. Those are beautiful. They look petite, don't they?
Mm.
The early Deb Linehan.
Oh, hi, Deb.
Deb, who I did an amazing quilt for her. Her son's friend is just being ordained, and she's made him a quilt too. And I think ordained is the right word, but he's becoming a pastor. And it's made of grunge fabric, and then we did a circle, and it came out beautifully.
It's a grunge fabric.
Grunge fabric I think it's by Moda, and it's one of their lines, and you look at it and it kind of looks dirty because of the way they printed it.
Okay.
And sometimes you'll see grunge with the dots on it.
Okay.
But she did a modern interpretation. She's doing modern quilting, which I'm really liking.
Mm-hmm.
And so she says, "Finished the binding on the 2 quilts you quilted last week. Been working on the mystery quilt today. Yay!
Yay.
Can't wait to start working with the blues. Enjoy the party. Happy, happy birthday to your mom." Aw, thank you. Happy birthday, Mom. Allie from Australia. So it's Saturday morning.
Nice.
She says, "I will get clue 3 later today. This morning I'm sorting out some books my lovely Auntie Margaret gave me. They include some candle wicking books, so I may try that on our next trip."
Oh, that's fun stuff. Remember for a while, Mom was candle wicking.
I do.
Yeah.
If I remember that right, it was like white muslin onto which you use white embroidery floss and do French knots.
I think so.
Tell
I
us
think
if
so.
that's different from
Right.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool. Allie says she's using the rotary cutting method as I'm using lots of scraps. I throw nothing out, she says. And I also have a triangle ruler to help with the small bits.
Helpful.
That is helpful. In fact, that was a real disadvantage. This ruler.
Right. See, you are at a disadvantage when you're not in your own
Yes.
space.
True.
Yep.
True. But I'm not complaining.
No.
Okay. Wow. She says, "I can't believe it is 6 years of FIberCast mystery quilts.
I know.
I didn't do last year's one as we were traveling, but I should get them all out and finish the tops. LOL. You know what? Can you see if Allie finishes hers down under, you and I should take ours finished. We should go see her.
We should. Maybe next year.
Okay. And maybe other people would want to see them.
That would be fun, actually.
Wouldn't it? Karen, I remember driving from Philly to Mystic, Connecticut, back in 2010, and that took all day.
It does.
We had just over 3 weeks to explore the Northeast, from Washington up to Cape Cod, west into Bennington, Vermont, and up to Maine, then back down to Boston.
Oh, that's a great trip. I've done that trip up to Bennington. It's just,
Yep,
Yeah.
idyllic.
yeah.
Is that where Middlebury College is?
Yep.
Have a great weekend, FIberCasters. Election weekend is here, so lots of sewing later while watching the results.
Okay.
Love, Allison. Great.
Good to hear from you.
Yes. Carol over
Carol.
Carol Lewin,
Mm-hmm.
our expert seamstress. Actually, she does shows over there, or she has. I hope you're still doing that group, because I love to hear that she's bringing on new sewers. She says she's watching tonight, so it's late. Sorry I've missed the last few live shows. That's okay.
Marking it down in the book.
You know, truth be told, I missed. I'm kidding. Although those last few weeks I was working, I was pretty much in a daze.
Yeah, I
Man.
know.
Right? We all
So,
get so
it's so
busy.
nice to have you back.
Thank you. She says, I have not started the mystery yet, but I've downloaded the clues. Good. I've been busy this past few weekends. I went to London to watch my youngest daughter run the marathon.
Wow.
She raised over £1,000 for the Mind charity.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yep. Next weekend, I will be in London again for the Chelsea Flower Show with my eldest daughter.
Oh my gosh, I hear about the Chelsea Flower Show a lot. That's a big deal. I
Big
would
draw.
love to see that.
Mm-hmm. Is Chelsea, do they have that big botanical, what do you call those that are all glass in an atrium? Or
Oh,
ah,
Yeah.
Well,
glass house.
a glass house, yeah, for plants.
Yeah.
She's home from her eldest daughter's home from Switzerland for her birthday, so I'll make a start when she goes back. She says, "Have a wonderful week, everyone." Ah,
Well, enjoy having her home. Yes. Quilting can wait.
exactly.
Yep.
One more, then we're gonna go do this. Kathleen, Kathy, hi. She says, "I'm having so much fun watching you. How precious to have sisters working together." And she says, "Lynn, I'm now convinced I'll do the paper piecing when I." Well, yep, very smart. Have a wonderful weekend and happy birthday to your mom.
I think maybe too, if I were well, they're all triangles, so they're on the bias, so they're stretchy anyway.
Yep.
So this might be a time that the starch would come in handy, right?
Good point.
I see people that use that at retreats sometimes, and their results are beautiful.
What are your thoughts? I'm still curious if the starch stays in and damages the fabric.
Right?
Is that just a
I don't
wives'
know.
tale?
I don't know. I don't know.
But I'm gonna try it. That's a good idea.
I think it's just one way. I mean,
Sunlight's gonna get them, or other conditions are gonna, I guess.
I mean, I try not to let it bother me if it's not it obviously it doesn't bother me if it's not perfect. But we all have our line, right?
Right.
And sometimes I look at something and I say, well, that can't be.
I can't let that
Even
go.
I can't let that one go. I sense this isn't cotton.
Oh, throw it out. Oh, I learned my lesson once.
You did. Oh, you poor thing. You did so much work on that.
Well, yeah, I know. I kept thinking it was going to get better.
I know.
For anyone who might be out there, I don't know. Okay, we still have a few more minutes.
Okay.
We're making a mystery quilt, and I was testing the pattern that Karen had written, which is a beautiful pattern. I love it. And I was using polyester, I think I told. But for anyone who might not have heard that. And I just kept going for a full day and night.
Yep.
And I kept thinking, when I iron it and the fabric puckers up, that can't be.
I know.
I can live with it.
I know. Even with, of course, I have plenty of polyester in my stash. I have things from garments. And I have
Yes.
things from. People give me fabric all the time. So I have lots of
Exactly.
polyester in my stash. I'm not going to throw it away.
I know. What are we going to do with it?
I don't know. I will use it when I'm doing a collage quilt or, I use it. I can't bring myself to throw it away because what if I need that one
color.
that one color,
I know.
that one spot, in that one place. So.
Yep.
Or when I'm practicing my machine quilting or something and I need a piece of fabric.
Right.
But isn't it funny how if I'm working on a project and I'm going through all my bins oh, there's nothing good here and I don't like any of this and I can't find any fabric that I like. But then if I need a scrap because my machine isn't working right or I want to practice something, I can't find something I don't like enough to waste.
I know what you mean.
Scrap. It's like, oh no, this is too nice. This is too nice.
I know exactly what you mean. Oh, so true.
Wow, you have another whole, you brought all your fabric.
No, no, I really didn't, which is really
Guys.
sad.
You can't see this, but there's 1, 2, 3.
That was here already, that bag.
This was?
Yeah. But
I guess
yeah,
there's not that much.
see, right?
A couple bags.
This was my little bag. This, you should see this. These are some reds. That's pretty, huh?
Oh, very pretty.
But like this, so, you know, we should talk value, because I noticed, I really liked how you split up your values. You're very good at that. And it really takes editing. Because you just can't convince yourself a medium to, anyway,
I know, but here's the debate I have with myself.
okay.
So I split them up. And I definitely had darks, mediums, and lights. And I am aware that there was a medium in with my darks, and I moved it around. But I didn't have enough dark.
Yes,
So then I went and got more dark.
okay,
But I didn't get 20 different darks. I got 2.
yes.
So then my scrap quilt is going to have a lot of the same. So my debate was, am I better off, you know, am I better off having my scrap quilt that has probably 40 triangles of exactly the same dark, or should I have tried to slide some
Yes.
mediums over?
I think slide mediums over.
Yeah.
Is that what you decided?
No.
Or what you thought?
Next time I'll do that.
Okay, okay. And it won't, anything's gonna be great.
Right.
Um,
Okay, so I interrupted you. So you
No,
wanna
no,
talk
no, no, no,
about-
the same thing is, like what,
That's a tough one.
right?
That's a really tough one. It depends on how big the square's gonna be,
Oh,
right? Because if
right.
or square, that might not even be a red,
Oh,
right? Depends on how big the square is gonna be and how you're gonna cut it.
so what do you say? Puzzle that one. That's so true. This might not even be a red when all is said and done, depending on what you put it with
And how big
and how big you are. Like, could it ever be a white or a neutral?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. This is, okay, let's
That's
go
a
to
good one. I'd have to
That's
take
a
a black
hard
and
one.
white picture of that one to tell you the truth.
Huh, okay. Is this a light red or a white?
I don't know because I haven't seen this pattern.
I call it white.
Really? Then what, pray tell, is a light red?
Well, see, that's the problem. You're right. Who started this? I shouldn't have said anything. No, you're right. Those are light reds.
Okay.
But in this particular pattern, we're not using light reds. So, oh, now that you split them apart, it was only to pull out your light reds. So you didn't use them. Now
you
you
have
have.
such pretty light reds. I was really looking forward to using them. That's all right. I'll put them on back.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
If anyone else has been out there, okay.
There's no light reds in this quilt. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. Medium.
Medium, okay. I'm learning. Medium dark?
Probably. This is a tough one.
Oops. Right. Dark? No? No, it might be medium. Again,
It's probably medium, so it's probably a medium value. But the color, the hue,
yes.
we want to call it dark because it's not
Exactly.
bright.
It's got some black in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet it's medium. I don't know.
You're right.
I really only can tell using the black and white. I've never even been able to really do it with the red plastic
Yeah,
thing.
no, I haven't either. I think we're just gonna learn over time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm thinking maybe I should finish this up, and we might be at the top of the hour.
Okay.
I am so psyched you were here.
Thanks for letting me barge in.
Of course.
I did definitely slow down the production here, though.
No, I'm so glad you did. I didn't want to, I know you've had a long day.
All right. This is cool. I know I'm supposed to be letting you sew, but what is this?
I have no idea. What do you think it is? No, it's not that.
I don't know. It's a perfectly round with apples, and it's been cut
With pinking
with pinking
shears.
shears. It would make a giant yo-yo.
Yes. Or how about a cover for a ball jar? That would be a big ball jar.
Yeah, but that might be what it was for.
Maybe?
That could be.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No, I don't. Someone must have given it to me. It's a heavy duty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like duck cloth or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really don't. No, what?
So this fabric wasn't all necessarily yours. Sometimes they get
No.
gifted to you.
I think that was yours. That was,
No
you know where we
idea.
used that?
Never seen that before in my life.
Do you remember when we did
I
the
just
pansy
accused you
quilt?
of not remembering. I do. That was an ugly quilt.
Nuh-uh. Okay. I think we should call this done. Yes, and I want to thank everyone for watching. Let's see what time it is. Yep. Oh, it's 8:55.
Perfect.
So let me just make sure we didn't miss anyone.
Okay.
I love it when people send notes. Oh, sweet. Deb sent a picture of grunge.
Oh, thank you.
Can I show people your quilt? Oh, there it is. Isn't that something?
Beautiful.
Look at this, everyone. And I know I'm far away here. And see the quilting is the circles, the
Yes.
spiral.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yep. Thank you. Maggie up in New Hampshire. She says, Maggie Hoot. She says, hi, Lynn and KB. So nice to see you both together. I've not even started the mystery quilt yet. Life just gets crazy sometimes. So tonight she's watching with a nice glass of vino. Yay.
Good.
KB, I've always wanted to do a stained glass quilt. I just haven't found any pattern that interests me.
Okay.
In the meantime, I've been collecting batiks just for stained glass.
See, that would make a nice stained glass too, almost like a Monet kind
It would, wouldn't it?
of look. Yep.
Oh, and she says, I hope the weather on the vineyard is nice for you. It's still rainy in New Hampshire. Yeah,
Yeah. It's rainy right now, but I think it's going to pass over.
I hope so. Yep. Hopefully it gets warmer up in New Hampshire.
Mm.
And Maggie says, happy quilting.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Allie says, yeah, down under.
Yes,
please come.
That'll be the Simply Colorful travel division.
Exactly. Once we get the machine quilting division up and running.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We're going to crank the scale on that puppy. So if you have any quilts, send them in. And thank you, everyone, for all your business already. Okay. I think that's it. One. And you.
And I helped. Good night.
Good night.